Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Got another helping of 2025's more upbeat stories as our Christmas queer cheer continues. Coming up, a real bummer. First though, plans for a ban on conversion therapy in Gibraltar. They're going to be put before Parliament in the British Overseas Territory on Spain's south coast. Means they're getting ahead of the UK, which has authority over Gibraltar, but hasn't yet outlawed attempts at changing a person's sexuality or gender identity. Reagan Martinez-Gaivisos from Gibraltar's LGBTQ+ committee.
It just doesn't work. It just makes it worse, and no one should be converted into something that they're not. People should be what they are and who they are, and that's it. And we've been pushing for this for 3 years, and we're really, really happy that it's finally happened.
Thanks to GBC, there's currently some form of ban in 28 countries.
Pride Daily.
Top lesbian surfer Pauline Mensah's been honoured with a life-size bronze statue on Australia's Bondi Beach. She won the World Championship in 1993 and spent 20 years competing, despite suffering from severe rheumatoid arthritis. The 55-year-old battled a lot of homophobia and sexism, and sponsors gave her a swerve because she didn't have the right image for them.
Pride Daily.
And the actor who was Jack in Dawson's Creek says he considered quitting when he found out the character was going to be gay. As Kerr Smith puts it, the news was a real bummer for him because this was his dream job back in the 90s and now he's being thrown this curveball. But he made some phone calls and continued in the role, ultimately becoming part of what's considered US TV's first passionate kiss between two men.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Our Christmas queer cheer continues with some of 2025's more upbeat stories. Coming up, a lil lesbian nan. First though, a church in Texas has now got rainbow stairs outside in response to the removal of rainbow road crossings. Right-wing lawmakers have been targeting them across America as part of their culture war clownery, but as Reverend Ryan Wager tells NBC5, Oak Lawn United Methodist Church in Dallas is taking a stand.
I hope that people drive by knowing that we're taking steps when the governor is trying to take steps to silence or erase, literally, the community from being on the streets, that there's a place that they can come and find sanctuary.
Yeah, taking steps. He knows what he's doing. The church, which opened in 1864, has long been an inclusive space for queer people.
Pride Daily.
Virginia Woolf's gender-bending classic Orlando is being reimagined in Australia by transgender actors on roller skates. The Daily Mail has just imploded. The 97-year-old story sees its main character go to sleep as a man but wake up a woman and explores gender roles and tradition. A scene with ice skating on the frozen River Thames during the Great Frost of 1608 is where the roller skates come in. Orlando's on at Belvoir Street Theatre in Sydney.
Pride Daily.
And have you heard about the lil lesbian nan who's blowing up online? The 67-year-old from Manchester in the UK has only been on TikTok for 5 weeks, which has already got nearly 250,000 followers and more than 103k on Insta. Nan's videos cover her coming out in her 30s. We see her jet skiing, plus there's mask lesbian outfit inspiration.
Queer Family Podcast.
If you've ever felt like your family didn't fit the traditional mold, this show is for you. I'm Jamie, host of the Queer Family Podcast. And every week we highlight LGBTQIA+ families and the beautiful, unique ways we build and show up for our families in a world that wasn't designed for us. We celebrate, highlight, uplift, and normalize queer families because our stories deserve center stage. New episodes every Monday. Listen wherever you get your pods.
Love is love on the Queer Family Podcast. Love is love.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Got another helping of 2025's more upbeat stories as our Christmas queer cheer continues. Coming up, a rough rider. First though, a same-sex couple who can finally both be named on their son's birth certificate. Only Sarah Hopley was recorded as the mum of 2-year-old Cody, because the law in Jersey and the Channel Islands would only recognise whoever gave birth. That's just changed though, so now Jen Hopley, who provided the egg for their fertility treatment, is named as well.
He'll be able to see on his birth certificate both our names. It's really nice, it's not a blank anymore. You know, there will be things that we have to explain and answer, and to be able to just have the document that shows parent 1 and parent 2 or whatever, we're both on there, just will be able to cement what we're saying to him.
Thanks to ITV News, same-sex parents and couples using surrogacy now get full legal parental rights in Jersey.
Pride Daily.
Next, Japan's going to give more legal protections to same-sex couples by treating them as though they're married. The country's slowly edging towards proper equality on this, with a number of high courts ruling the ban on gay marriage there is unconstitutional. Amongst other things, couples will now qualify for a disaster condolence grant. Extra rights were also confirmed back in January, including protection from domestic violence.
Pride Daily.
And it's been noted by wags on the internet, the names of some US military campaigns are giving gay energy, shall we say. We're talking Operation Southern Spear, Operation Rough Rider, and Operation Midnight Hammer. Some suggestions for alternative names, courtesy of Dan Dresner on Twitter. You've got Operation Strapping Manservant, Operation Throbbing Member, and Operation Husky Farm Boy.
Pride Daily.
Happy New Year! I'm Kev McGrath with one last helping of Queer Cheer, the more upbeat stories of, well, it's last year now. Coming up, the most queer-friendly city in Europe. First though, the pie-related response of a transgender US military veteran to attempts at labelling trans people as terrorists. It's what America's Republican Party continues doing as part of their culture wars clownery, falsely claiming the transgender communities behind an epidemic of violence. So, Marine and Navy vet Cassandra Williamson's taken to the kitchen for a new series, A Day in the Life of a Transgender American Terrorist.
So, just bear with me. You're going to watch me do the trans terrorist training camp in the kitchen. I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Blend all that together. And I got to turn myself into the FBI at some point in time.
Yeah, she's making a pie. The 66-year-old from Kentucky's documenting her decidedly un-terrorist life to underscore how utterly ridiculous this all is. Says humour's the best way to navigate all the hate.
Pride Daily.
The Pope's met with one of the most prominent advocates for greater queer inclusion in the Catholic Church. And if you go by what New Yorker the Reverend James Martin's been saying about the conversation, Leo wants to build on his predecessor Pope Francis' policy of acceptance. The meeting came a few days before a pilgrimage of more than 1,000 LGBTQ+ Catholics and allies were welcomed to the Vatican.
Pride Daily.
And Barcelona's been named the most queer-friendly city in Europe. Comes ahead of Berlin and Ibiza in the yearly rankings from travel operator TUI. They factor in the likes of hate crime laws, legal protections, and, if you'll pardon the stereotyping, even the price of Prosecco.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath, all back to normal, apart from my waistline. Let's crack on. Coming up, the fastest growing sexuality of 2025. First though, a gay man left for weeks in a coma after a hate crime attack in America has died. Alvin Prasad was punched in the forehead early on November 1st in Sacramento's LGBTQ+ district, Lavender Heights. The 57-year-old fell to the ground and hit his head, leaving him with brain damage. His daughter Andrea spoke with KCRA3 just over a fortnight after the attack.
What would you tell your dad right now?
That I miss him. And that I want him to get better. That it's not his fault, you know? That he should still be happy and proud to be gay.
Andrea claims her father was targeted over his Halloween costume. 25-year-old Sean Payton's facing murder charges.
Pride Daily.
Next, there was no doubt he would, but Kazakhstan's president has signed a ban on so-called LGBTQ+ propaganda into law. Means you can be fined or jailed for pro-queer messages in the media or on socials. It's part of a bill to protect traditional family values that also includes a ban on paedophile propaganda.
Pride Daily.
And heteroflexibility was the fastest growing sexuality of last year. This is when someone mostly identifies as straight, but sometimes hooks up with people of the same gender. Does sound in the ballpark of bisexuality, but okay. Stats show a 193% increase in heteroflexibles over the last 12 months, led by millennials, born between 1981 and 1996, who are more likely to be newly divorced or miserable in their marriage. No time to tell you that. Kate Winslet says some of her first intimate experiences were with girls. It's Adam and Eve, not Madam and Eve, Kate. And Irish hurling legend Donal O'Cusack has got engaged to his boy Nathan Adams. Your New Year's resolution is to fill in our survey and help shape the future of Pride Daily. A link's in our show notes. That's your lot. I'll see you next week.